of Abraham, you're the God of covenant, faithful promises. Time and time again, you have proven do just what you said. Though the storms may come and the winds may blow, I'll remain steadfast and let my heart learn when you speak a word, it will come to pass. Great is your faithfulness to me. Great is your faithfulness to me. From the rising sun to the setting same, I will praise your name. Great is your faithfulness to me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, oh. God from age to age, though the earth may pass away, your word remains the same. Your history can prove there's nothing you can't do. You're faithful and true. Though the storms may come and the winds may blow, I'll remain steadfast and let my heart learn when you speak a word, it will come to pass. Great is your faithfulness to me. Great is your faithfulness to me. From the rising sun to the setting same, I will praise your name. Great is your faithfulness to me. Even in the waiting, oh, even in the waiting, faithful to me. Oh, I put my faith in Jesus, my anchor to the ground, my hope and firm foundation. He'll never let me down. I put my faith in Jesus, my anchor to the ground, yeah. My hope and firm foundation. He'll never let me down. I put my faith in Jesus, my anchor to the ground, yeah. My hope and firm foundation. He'll never let me down. I put my faith in Jesus, my anchor to the ground, my hope and firm foundation. He'll never let me down. He'll never let me down. Oh, great is your faithfulness to me. Great is your faithfulness to me. From the rising sun to the setting same, I praise your name. Great is your faithfulness to me.
Well, Joel and Carrington, great to see you guys. Thanks for dialing in with us all the way from Atlanta.
Man, it's good to be here.
Come on, Jimmy.
Man, I just want to, first of all, just congratulate you guys on this song. Of course, I'm talking about Promises. It's this new song released from Maverick City, but it features Joel and Naomi, who I wasn't familiar with, but is amazing as well. But man, what an incredible story on this song. It's already on YouTube, over 7.5 million views. We're seeing a lot of search traffic, people looking for the song at Worship Together on the website. And so, man, it's just really encouraging to see what's happening. And maybe I'd love to hear from you guys, and whoever wants to start this, but maybe just start off is oftentimes when we do these interviews, the song hasn't actually released yet. And so we don't have a lot of data or feedback yet from the church or anything like that. This is different because we're already seeing the song impact in such a significant way. And so it's exciting to talk about it now that we see, this engagement and people that are really interested in engaging with the song. But talk about this and maybe a little bit of how the song was written, but also why you guys feel like that it's really just hit such a spot with worshipers that are really tuning in, really engaging with this.
You want to start? Good.
Yeah, because you're going to go for a long time.
No, I'm not.
Honestly, Jim, this was actually the first song me and Joe actually worked on together. It was our first Mav camp, and they had put us in a room, and this was literally the first song that came out of anything. So it was just spurred out a conversation, kind of we just talking about God's promises, and we haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen what God had promised that we would see, but we kind of were just talking. And it was but we believe that we're still gonna see it right here, right now. So it just literally came out of a conversation, and next thing you know, great is your faithfulness.
Yes, sir.
And we was all wrecked in the room, man. It was nuts, man. And then after that, couldn't get rid of the dude, man. It's crazy.
Yo, we literally was stuck with each other the whole camp. Every session after that, it was me and Carrington. And
it was nuts, man. Nuts. Yeah.
Well, and one thing I love about this, Joel, is, it's obviously the lyric is talking a lot about you pointing back through scripture of how faithful God has been all through the ages. And there's all these amazing instances in the Bible where God's faithfulness was displayed over and over and over again to his people. And then I love, when you get into that bridge of the song, it turns around, and then now it's me as a worshiper, saying, I put my faith, in you, Jesus. I dropped my anchor, in the rock of ages there. But man, talk about that lyric a little bit. And I love that it's timeless, but it's personal as well.
I remember, so we decided on the bridge, I put my faith in Jesus, my anchor to the ground, because Christine Kane preached a message that said it's easy to drift and it takes everything to hang on. Mm-hmm. And I remember in that season, watching a lot of people sadly walking away from the faith because of just life happening, loss of a family member, or just being in this very rocky place. And then the thing is that all it takes is one bad text message, one bad phone call, one bad decision, and people will literally drift away from the faith, and it's heartbreaking. So I think one of the things that I just wanted from my own personal life was, God, I need to be anchored in this. No matter what comes, no matter what storms of life come, the winds and the waves can beat up on the house. I want to make sure that I'm anchored in this. And that's where the lyric was birthed from. It's you're my anchor to the ground. And I believe that you'll never let me down. You haven't let my ancestors down. You haven't let my mom down. So you won't start now. So.
Wow. Man, that's so good. I mean, obviously, the performance is incredible. I mean, Joel, man, you slay it there. Dude, I love your voice. I dig it. But, the message, I think, in the song, too, it's super timely. Carrington, I think about, where people are at and just the hope that everyone's looking for. And, man, when I listen to this song, I'm just reminded of, you know what? God said it. I can believe it. And there's no doubt and there's no shadow in that. And so it's really the lyric of this song, I think, that's resonating with people right now.
Definitely, man. I mean, it reminds you of his promise,
Mm-hmm.
you know, in a word, especially this year. I mean, nobody could have predicted 2020.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who you are. Like, this year has been absolutely crazy. But it, like, even in the midst of all the chaos and all the calamity, like, his promise still remains.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, like, the song, it came out at like a perfect time, like, just to kind of recenter everybody, like, wait a minute. He's still faithful, even in the middle of a pandemic. He's still faithful in the middle of, you know, people losing jobs and people going through all types of hardships. He's still faithful. His promise still remains. It's not conditional.
Absolutely.
So, like, man, I think the song, it's been so impactful because people needed to hear that at this moment.
For sure. 100%.
God, like, he literally orchestrated. He said, at this moment, I know my children are going to need to hear, I'm still good. I'm still faithful. My promise remains.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Man, that's so good, guys. And man, we're so thankful for you guys and thankful for the song and thankful to partner with you guys in getting this song out to the church. And it's exciting to see, man, just what God's already doing with the song. And man, it's just the beginning. And so thank you all for making the time to talk about it with us.
Oh, yeah,
man,
definitely, man.
Anytime.
Definitely.
I put my faith